Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. So today guys, we're going to be doing some constructed play with our mono black aggro deck. So in the last video, you guys saw my zombie deck, which was also mono black, but the zombie deck is a tribal deck. So essentially everything in it is going to be a zombie. You're going to be running characters that buff all zombies. And it was a little bit more mid-range. That zombie deck had some spells up in the 4, 5, and 6 range. And this deck is just a balls deep, like low cost deck. So everything you guys can see here is essentially like 1 or 2 cost. So yeah, you can actually see the curve up here, which is pretty cool. So in Magic, when you're playing in drafts or decks, it's always nice to have a bit of a healthy curve, right? Because you want to have something to play early. You want something on turn 2, 3, and 4, etc., etc. But this is essentially kind of like a red deck. And red decks in Magic using like goblins and lightning bolts and all kinds of stuff like that are very aggressive. And this deck's going to try and play a little bit similar. Obviously, it's going to have different functionality than red. Red usually is going to use burn spells and things like that. Whereas with black, we're going to be using things like, let's look, for example, like Cast Down, destroy target non-legendary creature, walk the plank, destroy target, non-merfolk creature. So rather than like using burn spells to finish off our opponent, we're going to be using removal spells to open up the way for our creatures to then finish off our opponent. So as far as the deck goes, we have 4 Gyrograph Ghouls, a very good creature, costs 1 for a 2/2, which is very cost effective. It does enter the battlefield tapped, but that doesn't really matter for us since this deck is basically going all in. We have a Dread Wanderer, which is one of the best creatures in the deck. It's a 2/1, also enters the battlefield tapped, but you can return it to the battlefield from your graveyard, which is great for 3 mana if you only have one or fewer cards in your hand, which pretty much happens every game with this deck. We have Fatal Push, which destroys target creature if its converted mana cost is 2 or less, which is also very good. And like again, it's just clearing the way. We're just really investing in the early game. Yes, this isn't going to be able to take care of big threats, but if it gets to the late game, like 6 or 7, and we haven't already like gotten close to putting our opponent down, we're going to lose anyway. So this is a very, very good spell. I arguably should be running 4, but I'm kind of experimenting a little bit. 4 of the Night Market Lookout. So this creature, topically speaking, probably looks kind of haggard. It's like when it attacks or becomes tapped, each opponent loses 1 life. It's a 1/1, it's easy to kill, but it's guaranteed damage. Your opponent can't block that 1 damage that's coming through, which definitely nets us some value. 2 Supernatural Staminas. So this one is until end of turn. Target creature gets 2/0 and gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and under my control. So, number 1, you can use this to do more damage. You can use it to bring a creature back if it's about to die to removal. It's an instant. You can respond to your enemy's effects. It's very good. We got the Vicious Conquistador. Whenever he attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. Also very similar to the Night Market Lookout. It's basically just like a better version. Cast Down, more removal. Gifted Aetherborn. This card is a monster. For 2 mana, it's basically like Vampire Nighthawk from back in the day, but Death Touch, Lifelink, it's solid. And if you wanted to play like a vampire deck, these guys are a staple. Graveyard Marshal, one of the few zombies here in the deck. Well, I guess there's the ghouls. He exiles a creature card, so it doesn't have to be a zombie. So when my stuff dies, this guy basically gives you more fuel. He's also a 3/2 for 2. I mean, he's just really good. Scrap Heap Scrounger. This guy costs 2 mana. Pretty solid. He can't block, but that doesn't matter. We're trying to go aggressive. And you can return him to the battlefield by exiling a dead creature of yours. So you can see there's a lot of like mini recursion in this deck. So it's definitely very... And also for anyone who's looking to get into Magic the Gathering Arena, try this deck out. You'll win a lot of games. I mean, I might just get smoked right now and make myself look bad, but it's a cheap deck. There's almost like no rares in it, and it can compete with the best of decks. It's like, I've been playing it quite a bit, and I've had pretty good success with it, so I would seriously recommend it. Like, for example, these 4 rares, like you start with like 4 of these. You also start with like, like 3 or 4 of these, like in your starting collection when you start the game. Like, you don't have to like get them in packs or anything. This is the Aether Spear Harvester. Flying, whenever it enters the battlefield, you get energy. You can then pay energy to give it lifelink. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's only a crew 1, so you can crew it with all your 1-drops. We got the Bone Picker, and this is probably the top-end finisher in the deck, and you can see it only costs 4 mana. So you guys can see our curve is short. We only have to run like 18, 19 lands as such, instead of the standard 23 or 24, so we're getting a lot more value there. And this bad boy costs 3 less to cast if a creature died, which is going to be happening quite a bit. And you can remove an enemy creature and cast this on turn 2. There's like a ton of stuff you can do. So that's pretty much it. We haven't developed the sideboard yet because we're doing what's called quick constructed today, which is just best of 1s. Maybe in future videos we'll do a best of 3 with this deck, just to experiment. But basically it's just a budget mono black deck, which is pretty strong. On top of that, we will be doing a draft in the next video, so just kind of getting some things together, but we will be doing a draft, so do not fear. We're going to be having some fun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some games here. So we are going to go to home, and we're going to go to play. So this is quick constructed. You can see you don't need a sideboard. It's pretty cheap. You can pay gold or gems, but I'm just going to pay gold because I have a ton of it. We're going to play the mono black aggro deck, and these are all custom decks. So I didn't build all these. The only ones I built are Zombie Nation plus the mono black aggro. And yeah, we've had some success. So basically, you play until you get 3 losses. And if you get to like 6 or 7 wins, I mean, it pays for itself and gives you like free rares and potentially mythics. It's pretty easy to get like a collection in this game. And when you first start, it gives you a lot of free stuff. So you could, like, it's basically just do your research, find a deck you like, and you can, like, build it pretty easily without spending any money. So we're playing the Shadow Oyster? Maybe Shadow Oyster? All right, let's see what Shadow Oyster's got up his sleeve. We're going to go hard in the paint. He's going first, so he takes a look at his hand here and decides if he wants to keep it, and then I do the same thing. That's kind of the standard. And the only problem with this format is that, okay, so no 1-drops here. No 1-drops. We're going to keep it. I probably should have... I should have mulliganed for 1 because I'm going second. Maybe I'll draw into something. I have a ton of 1-drops. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. It's a little bit of a slow start. We want to have that, like, turn 2 pressure coming on. But regardless, we're going to play the Scrap Heap Scrounger and then start getting real crunk nasty and aggressive here. So we have the Graveyard Marshal. I mean, we have like 21 drops almost. Like, we should have gotten something, but mulliganing, I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of land. I only wrote 19 lands, so hopefully he doesn't play anything. Okay, man, there's our 1-drop there. So first we're going to play the Scrap Heap Scrounger, I think. Yeah, we're going to play this bad boy. If he doesn't have like something on this turn, this is going to start like adding up pretty quick. Next turn, we're going to play the Gifted Aetherborn down here, and we're also going to play the Diregraph. Cool. We're going to hold this guy because he's kind of a removal magnet. And, okay, so he's playing this island here. It looks like he's playing blue-green. Oh, okay, he's ramping. So we could potentially just get stomped here since we got a kind of a slow start, and he went first. All right, so first we'll attack. You always want to attack first. It's just a little bit more fluid. And then do we want to drop the Gifted Aetherborn? Yeah, we'll drop this plus the... we'll just get the Dread Wanderer in there as well. So now we have some scary damage on board for sure, but he's already up to, I think this like doubles the land. Yeah, that's 2, so he's got 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can see like a fat 5-drop coming, but we can still swing in. We have Recursion. We have to be aggressive, but man, we got off to a slow start. It's really nice he hasn't played anything yet. So combat, attack, we're swinging in with everyone. He has no answer, he's down to 13. Could have like a Fumigate or something, which would really suck. Yeah, so we're going to play this guy here. Like, I know I should go all in, but the way that he's holding back here is, like, super indicative of a board wipe that's coming, so I'm going to keep this in hand. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, although if I play this, then I can bring these guys back. It costs 2 to exile another target creature. Yeah, I think I just go all in. I mean, I'm not going to win the long game, regardless, so we might as well try the Diregraph. Cool, so she's going down. If he probably has a Fumigate. Okay, he might be desperate. So that's Scry 2, which means look at the top 2 cards of your library, put them back in any order so you can put them on bottom, and then you draw 2. So it also gives him energy to use different things. That's a effect from the Kaladesh set. I mean, we basically have, let's see, so 3, 6, 8, 10, 12. We almost have lethal on board. But honestly, if we can, like, yeah, he did that at the end of my turn. So now it's going to be his turn. He draws. It's an instant. If you guys see it in the center of the card, that means that he can do it at pretty much any time. So blue decks typically have manipulation effects like that. Yeah, Fumigate. That's fine. We have pretty good recursion in this deck, so I'm hoping we can... Oh, but he gains 1 life for each creature. That's so good. All right, so we're going to play the Swamp. We're going to play you, and then we're just going to exile the Ghoul, because we have no way of getting that back. So he's coming back from the grave, and then do we want to do it with the other one? Yeah, I think we do. So he's going to do the same thing. We're going to exile the Vampire, not the Dread Wanderer, because he can come back. So now we suddenly have 6 damage back on board, which is pretty cool. So we're going to do that, and we're going to pass turn. Yeah, not going first here really hurt us. Like, we needed to get ahead of that Fumigate and, like, get him even lower, but, I mean, we do have 8 damage back on board. If he has another Fumigate, we're probably just going to get our salads tossed, like, straight up. Okay, he plays that. Wow, okay, do we get to swing in? So first we swing in. It's going to force his hand, right? He has to use his removal here. So we're going to come back, and that's why these Scrap Heap Scroungers are so good. They can just keep coming back. Okay, so he's playing something pretty big and scary. That allows him to cast... Okay, yeah. This thing has Flash, and it lets him cast something for free, so he's going to cast that. But we have to keep swinging. We don't really have a choice here. So he's going to block probably one of the Scroungers. Maybe the Ghoul. Yeah, he's going to block the Scrounger, which is fine. We can actually just potentially bring that back if something else dies. Okay, so next we're going to play the Graveyard Marshal. He's going to do some work, and then we can play the Dread Wanderer as well. We're just trying to Zerg him, basically. I mean, he has a pretty big advantage here, but you guys can see the pressure that gets put on. You just really need that 1-drop. So we're probably going to lose this game, but I can see us taking a few quick games after this one. So my opponent's deck definitely pretty good. It's like a blue, white, green control deck. We're not going to block that. We don't really care to block that. He probably has another one in his hand. That's like the whole shtick here. So, oh, this is actually pretty good. All right, that could be pretty good and tasty. All right, so firstly, let's swing in. We're going to attack with everyone. Yeah, he's got to have some effect here. I mean, this is a lot of damage he's taking. He probably has another Fumigate in his hand, which is pretty much just going to be GG for us. But let's see what happens. So the Torrential Gear Hulk, no, he has no effects in response to my attack. So he could have an instant before damage. So there's definitely there's essentially different phases. Ooh, prevent all that's like a fog. That's really, really good. That's fine. So he prevents all damage that was dealt this turn. Blockers, nothing's happening. Damage is fine. And do we want to play this guy? He probably has another fog, like removal effect. But I think we just got to go all in. Just keep putting the pressure on. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have no like mechanics to interact here. But supernatural stamina will keep one of our creatures alive because when it dies, it returns to the battlefield. So let's see what he's got. It must be a Fumigate. He's been drawing so many cards. So we don't really have any interactions. So we're just going to pass. That's basically handing priority over to my opponent. So, no blockers. That's another fog effect. Clever girl. So we could block and use the supernatural stamina, but it does have 6 health. So that's not going to be enough to do much. We could take it, or we could just let this guy croak, and then we can use him to create a zombie token at the end of the turn. That might be good. We are getting. We're gonna just take it. I think we can afford to take it one more time. Yeah, okay, let's see what he's got. He probably has another fog effect. To take an extra turn, if Nexus of Fate would be... Okay, so he gets to take an extra turn, which is fine. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that effect is exiled. So he gets an extra turn. And we're still like in this game a little bit, which is pretty cool, like longevity here. If he has lands in deck, we could be okay. So here I think we're actually we're gonna block it if it attacks. We're gonna block... No, we don't want to activate your ability because we don't have a graveyard. So block. We're gonna choose you, we're gonna block here. And we're probably not going to use Supernatural Stamina. We're probably going to just reanimate with the Grave Marshal at the end of turn if he has no other effect. So that's fine. Maybe he has another extra turn card. So it's my turn now. So now we're going to use this. Pay 2 mana, exile a creature card, and we're going to exile you. And yes, and that's going to give us a zombie token. Pretty fancy, right? We're bringing those next level tactics out. He probably has another fog effect, which is fine. So the zombie's going to be untapped. We could probably leave that back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the Night Market Lookout's pretty good here. So combat, attack. Maybe we keep the Grave Marshal back. No, we probably want to keep the zombie back. So we're going to attack with these 4 creatures. Let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to leave Homie back. Yeah. He's going to flash in another Torrential Gearhulk, most likely. And then the second main, we'll play the Night Market Lookout. Okay, so he's just fogging. So, I mean, he's running a little bit low on cards. Blockers, nothing goes through, which is fine. And damage. Okay, and then we're going to play the Night Market Lookout. And we still have the Scrapper in the graveyard, so if we have a creature die, we can simply bring him back. And I think, is that sorcery speed? No, that's actually instant speed, it looks like. Okay. Exile another creature, return it to the battlefield, and it's not tapped. Wow, that's really good. This card is so powerful. So he's got 4 cards. He needs another Fumigate, but he probably doesn't. If he's going to Fumigate, okay, so he's attacking. He's coming in balls deep here. We're going to block. And yeah, that's fine. We're just going to do that. Damage. He's going to kill my 1/1, which is fine. I could have I don't think I could have killed him. So it's my turn now. So now we're going to do, at the end of his turn, we're going to use the Scrapper. And we're going to exile the other creature in our graveyard and bring this bad boy back. So really solid recursion. He has to have another fog effect though. So now it's my turn. It would be really nice to just draw some removal. Like if I could draw any of my removal spells would kill this guy except not walk the plank, but Fatal Push. Okay, so we actually just got this card's going to be really good if the game keeps going. So we're attack phase. He gets a chance to respond. That's what this pause is. And then we'll attack here, and I don't mind this Big Marshal. I mean, we're not really going to be using him, so do we want to keep him back? He must have another fog effect. Now, do I want to keep something back and potentially kill the Torrential Gearhulk? That could be pretty good. So if I keep the Grave Marshal back and the zombie back, yeah, so we'll just attack with these 4, and then we can actually maybe kill him with the Supernatural. Because he's probably just going to fog this anyways. Yeah, okay. He's running like a Turbo Fog deck, which is basically just uses fog effects, which is fine. He's got to be running out of steam a little bit. Blockers, whatever, that's fine, no problem. And then, yeah, damage. Obviously, no damage is taken, so that just happens. So we're going to play this bad boy. This thing's pretty good. This thing is pretty good. You can crew it, and it becomes like, yeah, so crew 1 means you need a creature with like power 1, essentially, to like activate it. It can't be acted on its own. It's a vehicle, which is a pretty cool. New thing. I don't know. I think I might be able to outlast this guy. That'd be pretty bonkers. So draw 2 cards and discard a card unless you attack with the creature. So he's doing that before his attack. So he has to actually discard a card here. What does he discard? Let's see what's in his graveyard. So a couple fogs. Okay, so he's taking an extra turn. That's fine. I think we might be able to endure that, actually. Combat. Attack. Is he going to attack? Yeah, he's going to attack. Okay. So blockers. We're going to go here and here. 2 blockers. And then we should have an effect before damage that lets us do this. So now we're going to cast the Supernatural Stamina on him. So that's essentially going to make it, if he dies, he comes back. We actually kill this guy. So let's see what happens here. He's going to probably kill the zombie. Yeah. Yeah, he kills both. But then this guy comes back to the battlefield tapped, which is pretty cool. End combat. Now it's my turn. So he has 2 men. He has a, oh no, that's right. He had the extra turn after that. But at least the board's clear. And if he wipes us, we can bring back the Dread Wanderer. Yeah, we have options here. It's not like pretty, but let's see what happens. Yeah, and this is a vehicle at the moment, so it's like it's just chilling out. Combat, attack, block. We're just going through the phases now. Oh, I should have done that at the end step. That was a pretty big mistake there. It's okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this guy, and we're going to exile the Graveyard Marshal. There's no way of getting him back. Do that. And we're going to go ahead and go to combat. So we're going to do this guy. We're going to crew it. We're just going to use this guy to crew it. Tap any number of creatures. Okay. So that should pull this thing up. I haven't used these in Magic the Gathering Arena yet. So now we can attack with the pirate ship. At least we're going to maybe chip some health off him. And then let's go ahead and, yeah, we can do this next. So let's just go ahead and give it lifelink, which will be useful. We're at 12, so I mean, coming back up isn't going to be bad. So he's cycling. Okay, that's good. So yeah, he might be running out of our aggression and recursion here might be causing him some problems. Really didn't think this deck would like hang in the long game like this. And then we're going to bring the Dread Wanderer back from our graveyard because we have 1 card in hand at the moment. This is actually in our graveyard, but like that zombie aura is. And yeah, what's cool is the vehicles go back to like not being creatures, so they can avoid board wipes, which is really good. Yeah, see, he's just trying to draw his fog effects. Oh man, this is hilarious. He probably has so many in the deck. Probably has another Torrential Gearhulk he's gonna pop. Takes an extra turn. Oh man, this is insanity. Okay, so he's taking an extra turn, which is fine. And then we just basically go to my turn. Then he takes his extra turn from the Witchcraft he's using. He only has 2 cards, guys. We might be able to do this. I might have to cut this video into like 2 pieces to make it digestible because this is, I assume these games would be like super quick. My turn. Okay, so first things first, we shall attack. So let's go ahead and crew 1. And we're just going to use him to crew. And then submit. Let's see what you got, man. This thing flies too, which is pretty cool. So his Gearhulk can't actually block it. And we're not going to play our other stuff because we want to like force whatever he has in his hand before we go. This could be like the whole video, just this one battle here. Okay, yeah, that's to be expected. It's fine. So he's going to block the Scrapper here. He's going to use a Fog. Oh, okay, so it's actually going to block the damage of that guy, which is fine. Okay. No problem. I don't know if I want to use the Supernatural. Prevent all combat damage, including his. So he's not even going to be able to do any damage to my creatures on the block. Yeah, so he shouldn't block. There's no point. Oh, well, he's good anyways, looks like. Damage. He said, oops. Oops indeed, my friend. Second main phase, we're going to play the Jargraph Ghoul. Just keep that just Haggard pressure coming. And then we're going to do this on his turn, which is a mistake we made earlier. But, you know, it's okay. A little bit rusty. I was actually playing a lot of Total War earlier today. But, man, he must be running out of steam. Someone in the last comments, too, was like, beware the Turbo Fog. And I'm like, I understand why now. Shadow Oyster. He's got 1 card in hand, boys. He's got 1 card in hand. So maybe he'll attack here? I wonder if he's going to. He's going to, huh? Okay. I, too, like to live dangerously. So we're going to use his ability and exile the other creature in our graveyard. And he's back. So now we can block here. Do we even want to? It's only like... I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're just going to take it. It can't block anyways. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're going to crew this bad boy. And we're just going to use the ghoul. We're going to submit, which is going to activate the Aether Sphere Harvester. Great, great. And then we're going to pay 1 to give it a lifelink. We probably could have done that in the combat, but I'm just going to do it now because I'm lazy. I would be surprised if he has more fog effects. So 3, 6. You don't really have lethal. Actually, hell, hold on. Do we have lethal? Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 11, 14 if we 13 if we use that. So no, we don't. So we're just going to attack these guys and use the Dreadwander to just chump him. So attackers going in hard. It's going to feel so righteous to get some damage on him after all these fogs. No way. Do we get the damage? Yes. Yes, good. And we're going to play the Dreadwander. We have this one to block. And yeah, and we gained some life there too, which was pretty good. Let's go ahead and pass turn. I'm telling you guys, this like the Turbo Fog is like a competitive deck, like the one he's playing. And this like mono black aggro deck costs like nothing to make. If you guys are looking to get into it, I seriously recommend it. It's very solid. I think that's game, dudes. I think we like pulled this one out, which is absolute insanity. All right, so let's walk the plank, yeah, torrential gear Hulk. So that homie's gonna have to walk the plank right now. He's being sent to the sharks. All right, so now we really don't have to respect too much. So let's go ahead and just to have proper play etiquette here and make sure we're like optimizing our play. We're gonna crew the ship. It gives us an extra damage basically, and we're just gonna kind of. I feel like he would have conceded. He might have like one more fog. That would be so obnoxious. Just troll the final troll. So we're gonna leave. I don't know what shenanigans he might have. I assume there's no haste in his deck. We're just gonna leave 1 back. I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, that's plenty. So I don't know. I'm just like maybe he has something that destroys attacking creatures. Ah, curse of the Baggins. Haze of Pollen. All right, so we're gonna pass the turn. That's so annoying. Oh, this Turbo Fog deck clawing. Okay, search for a basic land, which is fine. We'll just when you click the pass turn button down here, it essentially means you have no other like effects or anything. Oh my gosh, guys, just he will not go quietly. Okay, he played a land and he's playing Teferi. Yeah, okay, we win. There's no way he can get us now. Teferi's good and all, but it would be pretty dominating. Like had he had Teferi out and got like draw a card, he gets another fog effect. Please don't be. Okay. Yes, we got it, baby. We took down the Turbo Fog. Give me some. That's what I'm talking about. Well played to my opponent. Man, that is a stressful deck to play against. Just the anxiety. All right. So we're 1-0. Keep going. Let's keep this train rolling. We'll probably like finish like 2 or 3 games and have like a part 2. I think would be cool. Yeah, this is. I really like this aggro deck though. It's really fun. It's like durable against board wipes. I mean, we got fumigated twice, and the cockroaches just came back. Morbius, he does have Jace as his avatar, so he's probably playing some version of blue. Blue's pretty popular, obviously, like blue control decks. I just like to play the simple Haggard decks, like just like the aggressive ones, or Dragon. Like I usually play tribal or aggro. This is pretty good. We got a 1/2 and a 3-drop. We got removal. We got lands. Can't ask for much more. This is a solid hand. Man, why did they? So he's playing white blue, which is going to be like super, not super aggro, probably super control heavy. So at least we're getting in there on turn 1 with the Dreadwander. Okay, so he's playing some 3-color action. So like I always said, you want to attack first. Just get in there with that free 2 damage. Swiggity swooty. The Dreadwander is coming for that booty. We're going to get in there. Morbius takes 2 damage, and we're going to play the Grave Marshal. I'm a little hesitant to play him because he's a removal spunt like Magnet, but I could have played the Diregraph Ghoul and kept mana open for supernatural stamina, but yeah. Oh man, is this the same deck? Please don't tell me I'm playing another Turbo Fog deck. Oh no. Someone just play this at like a GP or something? Why? Why this? Okay, so at least we got in there for some damage early. We'll play the... we're going to play the Diregraph Ghoul. And the Grave Marshal, I think. We're just going all in. Hopefully we can finish this guy before the Turbo Fog takes effect. Oh, please don't be Turbo Fog. Okay, this is actually a different deck, I think. I'm still familiar with the sets. I actually just got back into Magic recently, so I used to know like every card, kind of like my Total War knowledge. I was on that level. What? Is he casting this? Oh, he cast that at the beginning of my turn. Okay, he's playing a different version of the Turbo Fog, which is outstanding. Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and cast. We don't have too much. I should have kept one of these guys in my hand. Well, it doesn't matter. He's tapped out anyway, so he's not gonna have any response to you. So this is prevent all damage, combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Okay. Yeah. So we get the energy, and then we're just gonna pass turn. All right, Morbius. 4-5-3-1. Show us what you got. We fought your brother. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it in your graveyard. If you have 7 or more cards, transform it. Okay, he's going to get there quick with Turbo Fog. So we have no interaction here, so we're just going to like pass priority and just say like, do as you please, brother. All right, he's got 3 cards in hand. It's literally like the same deck with like a couple different cards. Yeah. Oh, man. Whoever said that in the comments last time wasn't joking about Beware the Turbo Fog. It's kind of like playing like a corner camping dwarf in Total War. All right, so let's go ahead and go to combat, attack, and we will. Yeah, I actually screwed up. You're supposed to crew it beforehand, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. Yeah, we lost out on 1 damage there if we lose. Ooh, do that. Okay, so we want to go. He's gonna fumigate next turn. He must. He must fumigate. If he does, we're gonna use supernatural stamina. And what's really cool is if he does flash in like a Gear Hulk, we can actually cast it down and destroy target non-legendary creature, which is going to be a super cost-effective trade. It's essentially R2 mana for his 6, right? He has to use like everything. Please give us this next turn. Come on. Come on, baby. And take him down. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see what else he's got. He's probably going to pass turn. We don't need to play these creatures. So first things first, we're going to crew homeboy here. So we're going to use the Diregraph Ghoul to... It's so funny imagining like the ghoul like piloting this like ship. All right, combat. We can swing in. He's gonna just fog us probably. Let's see what he's got. Morbius, the Terror in the Night himself. But yeah, Dreadwander is such a good card. And as far as like Magic goes, black's always been my favorite color. I really like playing like mono black decks. Like even in Commander, I play that. Exile all attacking creature target players controls. That player may search. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, I didn't even know that card existed. Good thing I should have just attacked with 2. You see, if I had known about that card or that it was in the format, I would have just attacked with 2 creatures. But that's really good because that's an exile too, so that keeps our recursion. At least we have the Diregraph Ghoul. This isn't going to help us because that only affects creatures that die. Wow, you know what's kind of cool about this is we get to search for lands. How many? 4. And put 4 lands into play. So next, yeah, let's just go to damage. No damage, obviously taken. This guy will be good because he's on an attack trigger, which means my opponent will lose that life no matter what, and it's life loss. So it's not going to be affected by Turbo Fog, which is really cool. He might have a counterspell. He is playing blue. So there could perhaps be some counter magic here. So yeah, just kind of learning the set here. So settle the wreckage. Okay. I will play the Night Market Lookout. Same thing. So he's guaranteed to lose 2 life next turn, even with Fog, which is really powerful. And we'll pass turn. Plus we have this. So we have 2, 4, 6. We do have lethal for next turn. And you can see that timer. He's basically deciding what he wants to do. So yeah, he doesn't have enough to flip that. He has 3 cards left. He does have 3 cards. So let's go ahead and just pass priority there. He's doing his thing. He draws. It's his main phase. So it's like untap, upkeep, draw. First main phase, combat. Second main phase, end step, which is like cleanup. Okay, he's going to be doing a board wipe. If he does, I might be in trouble. Okay, Gift of Paradise. Because I don't have the same like recursion that I had last game. He gains 3 life. Puts him out of lethal range. Maybe. It's not good. We might have to kill Karn. Let's see.
Fight for my friends.
1. Okay, I have to put 1 into his hand. Hopefully one of them's a land. And the extra turn card. So we are going to put that land in his hand, and then the extra turn card is exiled, but Karn can grab it next turn if he wants to. We're back in this kind of same rhythm of things. Karn can't really do a whole lot in regards to like stopping my power. He doesn't have like removal or any way of doing that, but and get you a lot of card advantage, which is good. I mean, he's only 4. He's colorless. Fits into a countless number of decks. Karn is a very, very good card. He knows Mythic, you know, Planeswalkers are always pretty good. All right, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8 damage on board. Ah, that sucks. All right, so we're not going to go after Karn. We're just going to go to the face and hopefully stress my opponent out a little bit. He might have that exile thing, but he doesn't have enough mana, so he instantly takes 2 blockers damage. And this is so close. I should have used Supernatural Stamina there, because that would have like guaranteed his death next turn. Damn it, that was a mistake. Okay. Still getting used to Magic again. Yeah, at least I recognize the mistake. He might have like fogged in response. So my opponent draws. Does he have enough to do that? What is that card? 7? Yeah, he has enough to take the extra turn. So he's going to take the extra turn here, which is fine. So I guess keeping the Supernatural Stamina might have been the right choice. Okay, you can have that island. No problem, dude. What does he have an ultimate? I don't think the cheap Karn even has an ultimate, really. Yeah, he doesn't. So that would have put him at 1, but with the extra turn, if he does Fumigate me, at least I have some way of getting the creature back. Okay. So he's going to return Settle the Wreckage to his hand, probably. He gets to return up to... Oh, non-land permanent. Okay, so it's not like as gnarly. So he gets his turn now. Oh, he returned the Conquistador to my hand. Got it. And this flips, what does it do? A non-creature, non-land card. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. So he's taking his extra turns. Karn is causing all kinds of problems. He's so low. He's at 3. It's too bad I don't have any direct damage. So here he's probably going to use that other spell with Karn. He's going to put it in his hand using the -1 to put with a silver counter. And he's going to take 1 more turn after this. But honestly, he might just run out of steam. Yeah, I mean, he's just taking extra turns, but he's not like making any ground or anything. Karn doesn't get like increasing strength. And I still have my instance to, so I'm just going to put priority.
This will aid us.
That's good. Maybe we'll do 1 more game after this. If we get another turbo fog. That would be horrible. That would be horrible. I'm just learning about this deck because I haven't played much standard aside from like the casual stuff. Okay, he takes his extra turn. He plays Teferi, which can kind of put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's 3rd from the top. Okay, so he's going to draw a card. He's just trying to get more extra turn stuff, more removal stuff. That can... Hero of Dominance. I probably should have like slapped Vraska's Contempt. Like if this were a traditional play, like you would have a sideboard. So like if this guy beats me now, you could then like go to your sideboard. But I think that would just favor him. So we'll just give him the land with Karn. He does have the Nexus of Fate. He's probably just going to cast this extra turn card 1 more time. He's got to be running kind of low. What is this? When it enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent you control, blink it. Oh, that's pretty good. So you get to blink a permanent, which means you remove it, and then it re-enters the battlefield. So if he does that to his Planeswalker, for example, it's going to come back and be able to activate it once again, which is pretty cool. Pretty gangster plays. Drawing more cards? Okay. No problem. We'll pass turn here. Let's see what he's got. Man, 3 life. Come on. I really wish I'd put him down to 1 there. I think that would have still been better, because then if he didn't deal with the high market lookout, he would have just lost. Create a 0/0 that gets 1/1 for each artifact you control. Okay, if he's relying on this guy to hold me back, then I can actually just remove it. Is he taking an extra turn here? Okay. Doesn't look like he's running the Gear Hulk. So he's going to untap a bunch of lands here. Resolve. No problem. Problem. Resolve. And yeah, I think I'm actually going to get a turn here. Resolve. Yes, you may. Oh, okay, he's taking his extra turn. It's like there's so many of them, you just kind of like lose track of things. All right, there's his next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have any more of those. He does have these 2 juiced up Planeswalkers. Okay, so he's going to do this. I think it's going to transform. Or it actually already did transform. Okay, look at the top 4 cards. He reveals another Teferi, which doesn't really matter. Teferi could start putting creatures on top of our library.
You know what?
But he must have something here. Let's see. He's got to have something. Like any pressure, he can't really take it.
No.
Draw a card at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so he's using Teferi. I'll just pass priority to let him keep going. Hard the Scion. I really can't wait until you can... Ooh, we're going to have to make him dig for that other card. If he plays that, maybe we could concede. I mean, I don't know like how he's going to beat me. I mean, maybe by ulting this guy. Whenever you draw a card, yeah, he's probably going to try and beat me with what's it called? Tomeboy here. And he do the -8? I think he just pumped him up. He does have this. Yeah, so we can just kind of concede here. So we go ahead here and say good game. Yeah, that's a tough deck to beat. I mean, we came close, which I'm pretty happy about considering, from what I understand, what people have been telling me, that's like one of the best decks in the standard metagame right now. We came close. So we'll do one more. Hopefully it's against a bit of a different deck so you guys can see some variety. But nonetheless, you can see the potential of this deck, like against even some, you know, beefed up decks. Also, we will split this into 2 parts, so this will be the last one here, most likely. Let me see how long we've been running for. Oh yeah, 35 minutes. Yeah, oh yeah, this is balls deep. This is balls deep. When cards are in a library, are known to a player. I was reading the tooltip, everyone. All right, so we're playing Filthy, who's playing green. Well, he's using that as his avatar, so it leads me to think it's going to be a green deck. Hopefully not a green fog, turbo fog. He's going first. Man, we really need to be on the play. It does hurt us a little bit. It's not like game changing, but it's well, it is a little bit. We'll be okay. Resilience. This is a good hand. It's a good hand. It's fast. It has a 1, 2, and a 3. Well, Bone Picker we can trigger off the cast down on turn 3 if he plays any creatures. You can see, like, isn't that funny how like her hairline is like receding here? You can like see through. All right, so he had to mulligan. He didn't get a hand he liked, so he decided to re-roll hands. We have the Diregraph Ghoul coming in. He scries. If you mulligan, you get to scry. And okay, so we see blue. We're gonna go ahead and put the Diregraph Ghoul down. Pass turn to our opponent. See what Filthy's got up his sleeve. Treason is this? Oh no, this is. Okay, he's playing an aggro deck. Whew. Man, I was getting some anxiety here. I was like, oh no, not another one. Okay, so he picks this. He's playing a merfolk deck. All right, cool. Well, let's destroy that, because that gives all his other merfolk counters. I know I should have like waited for the picker, but basically, had he played a merfolk next turn, it would have come in with an extra 1/1 counter, which I don't want to deal with. I kind of want to just like slow him down. We're probably still going to get the Bone Picker off a trade here anyways, so. We'll probably play Gifted Aetherborn and then the Dread Wanderer. Okay, so this is, he gets to draw a card, he reveals that. He's playing like a merfolk aggro deck. Okay, that's cool. I like it. Can't be blocked. Yeah, this guy's, he's getting real crunk nasty on us here. So first things first, we're going to attack. Oh, I should have checked the first strike. But if he trades here, I would actually be quite happy, because then we could play the Bone Picker. It. Yeah, use your hateful feelings, boy. All right, so now we play the Bone Picker. For 1 mana, we get a 3/2 flying. That is absolute insanity. And then we'll play the Gifted Aetherborn. I love this deck. This deck is so much fun. It's like, it has so much simple synergy, and it's it can hang with like most decks. All right, so the Mistcloaked Herald, 1/1 that can't be blocked. So that's kind of cool. It's like, if you put like an enchantment on it or something, I think it'd be a real nuisance if you gave it like +2, +2, or +3, +3. We can't block it, which is fine. We do have lifelink on the Gifted Aetherborn, so we can get some pretty good value there. Attacks, we're going in hot. He has 3 mana, so he could easily like pump this thing up to kill my my Aetherborn, but it looks like we're okay. Next, we're going to play the Conquistador. Grave Marshal's actually. The Grave Marshal's good. He's not going to be running mass board wipes here. Yeah, let's just go all in. He's not going to be playing board wipes because he's playing an aggro deck himself, so I think we came off to a really mean start here against his merfolk deck. We should be able to give him the business here. Yep, that's it. Oh yeah, baby. Coming in hot. So, yeah, I mean, that's how that deck can work against non-turbo fog decks. All right, so we did pretty good. We got some gold. We have 1, 2. So right now we're getting some, how much gold are we getting? Almost our money back. If we get to here, we get our money back, which I'm pretty sure we will. So I think that's going to be it for today's video for Magic the Gathering. It's, you know, I kind of want to keep them under 40 minutes so you guys can like sit and digest them, but we will be back probably before we do the draft. We'll come back to this and we'll do the part 2 of this. So this is going to be part 1 of our mono black aggro budget deck here in the quick constructed format, which is essentially kind of like a mini ranked format. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If there's any other type of decks you want to see, I mainly have invested mostly into Magic, but the other deck I'm trying to build now, which isn't going to be as competitive, is a dragon deck. So it's a red-green dragon deck. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. But other than that, big thanks to you guys for watching. Really appreciate all your support, and we will see you guys next time.